every day I answer a minimum of 3 questions from my followers and my fans, either on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or even YouTube, who would like to know how to join the motorcycle world. They would like to train and join and become part of this amazing family. Hello and welcome back to another episode of my motorcycle journeys and other stories. If it is your first time here, my name is Wamoyo Karaoke. In this video today, I'm going to cover the A to Z of training as a biker and joining our beautiful, amazing family. So first thing first, I'm going to actually talk about who is eligible or who qualifies to train as a rider. And the points that I'm going to highlight do not only apply to bikers, they apply to pilots, they apply to drivers, they apply to machine operators generally. So the first one is, if you're riding a motorcycle, if you're training to ride a motorcycle for commuter purposes or using it in the main roads, you need to be 18 years and above. If you would like to do this training for purposes of sports such as motocross, enduro, racing, you can actually start as early as your nursery days. But in this particular video, I'm only going to cover commuter riders, people who want to train as commuter riders. So once you're eligible by age, meaning you're 18 years and above, the next thing is that you need to be a person of sound mind. And by sound mind, I mean you're a person who can understand instructions and take instructions, take orders, can make decisions independently, and is able to articulate and interpret everything about riding. The other one is that you need to have a good eyesight, and that means if your vision is impaired and cannot be corrected by any means, that is by wearing glasses or wearing contact lenses, then that is going to deter you from being a rider. Finally, the fourth point is you need to be of good health, and by good health I'm talking about not having any disease that may actually become dangerous for you to operate a machine or even ride a motorcycle. So now we know you're good to go. The first 4 are good for you, and let's move to the next one. And the next item is how to prepare for your training. The first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you have time for your classes. The motorcycle riding training is grouped into different classes which you attend on different days. So it could actually take you a couple of weeks to finish the training with about 1 or 2 classes every day. So you need to make sure that you have time to be able to attend all your classes and finish the training. The second one is, please make sure that you do not take long breaks in between the trainings. And this also is more of an extension to making time for classes. Because once you take long breaks in between the training, you find that you forget what you learned in the previous, and especially in practicals. So if you learn how to ride the motorcycle on the first day and then take about 2 weeks before you have gone back for your practical lesson, most of the times you have forgotten how to operate it. You take your instructor backward and you increase your time in a training school. And by increasing your time in a training school may result to you increasing your fees. So make sure that you have adequate time to attend your training to the full. The third one and the most important one is make sure you buy your basic riding gear before you start your training. Although the training schools may be able to provide you with the basics like a helmet, gloves, and a safety vest, they train people of different sizes, and therefore they're not able to stock different sizes for each and every student. So it is better for you to have your own that fits you well, which makes it more safe for you. Otherwise, you will go to school and you will find that the helmet is either big or small, the gloves are either big or small, or generally the entire gear is either big or small. And the other advantage of buying your own in advance is because you will be able to use this gear when you finish your training and buy your motorcycle. Make sure you watch the video on how to shop for your motorcycle. I'm attaching the card up here for you. You get all the insight of buying gear for yourself. We are now prepared to get into class. Good. So let's go to the next one. What does your training entail? Riding courses will entail both theory and practical. And the theory, of course, is going to be learning the road signs and the road board. And the practicals are going to be learning how to ride the motorcycle. They include other courses like basic maintenance and parts of a motorcycle. So these are the things that you're going to be taught. There is a detailed curriculum on NTSA website that I would recommend highly you have a look before you even start your training, because it takes you through everything that you're going to be taught in school and prepares you very well in terms of understanding what to expect from your instructor. I'm actually going to add the link for the curriculum. It is important for you to go through it before you start training. And now we go on to what you have been waiting for most. Everybody wants to know, how much will it cost for me to train as a rider? Of course, there are different fees that you need to pay. There is going to be the training fee, which you pay to the instructor. There is going to be the exam fee. There is also what you're going to pay to NTSA, which includes the booking fee for your exam and also license endorsement. And if you're getting a brand new license, you're going to pay those fees directly to NTSA. So when you're preparing to get into riding, have a budget of about 20,000 to 30,000 Kenya shillings. And this, I'm only talking about the training itself. That does not include buying your gear. One thing that you need to note is that when you're paying the fees to NTSA, you can only do this by M-Pesa. So when that time comes, please make sure that you have your money on M-Pesa. Everything is transacted online using M-Pesa. However, when it comes to the school payment, the school will direct you on how to make payments directly to the school. There are two things that give you an advantage when you're starting to ride a motorcycle. One is if you already know how to balance on a two-wheel, which means you've probably been cycling a bicycle before. That helps you in starting your lessons because you don't struggle with balancing on the motorcycle. If you have not cycled before, meaning you don't know how to balance on two wheels, it will be nice for you to try or to learn how to cycle so that you can learn how to balance on two wheels. The other one that gives you an advantage when you're starting to ride is if you're already a driver who is licensed and practicing on the road, meaning you're driving on the road, it helps you because you already understand the environment. As a driver, you already know most of the road traffic rules. You already know most of the road signs, actually all of them. I don't see how you passed an exam if you don't know all the road signs and you don't know the road traffic rules. So that puts you at an advantage when you're doing your training as a biker because you already know these things. And again, your fear of the road is already gone. You have gotten used to driving on the road and gotten accustomed to all the risks and the dangers that you're exposed to. You understand them very well. However, if you're not a driver, it doesn't mean that you don't qualify or you cannot do the training. You can still do the training because everything is taught in that training for motorcycle. The only thing is the person who is already a driver is already way ahead. Now let's talk about finding a school. The best way to find a training school is by referral, being referred by someone who has already trained in the same school, and therefore they can review the instructor, they can review the service they were given, they can review the training course. They will be able to give you an honest insight of the training school. But if that is not possible, you can go to the NTSA website. Today, all driving schools are listed, licensed, and approved by NTSA, and all of them are listed on their website. So in case you're outside there, somewhere in Kisumu, in Mombasa, in Nyeri, in Nakuru, watching this video and wondering how do you find out where schools are, go to the NTSA website and check for the schools there in your location. And once you find them on the NTSA website, do your own research now to find out which one is good and which one favors you in terms of cost and location, and then you can join that one. One thing I would like to highlight is that once you do your basic training, which is your first training, and you get your license, training does not end there. Please do not forget to go back to school and enhance your skills and knowledge. There are many other types of training that will help you become a better rider. For example, once you start riding, most of the people or most of us start riding on tarmac, and then thereafter we progress to ride on many other terrains that are different, such as off-road, gravel, and sand. You need an extra training to train on how to ride off-road. There are also other trainings such as defensive riding and advanced riding, which come more technical than the basic riding, and it will be good for you to make sure that you take these courses in future. Do not just end with the basic training. At this point, you have finished your training, you are happy, you have your license in your pocket, and you need to go buy your first motorcycle and hit the road and join us, this family. Please check my video on how to shop for your motorcycle, things that you need to know before you go shopping for your motorcycle. I'm putting the card up here. Watch that video and get all the details that you need to know as you go to shop for your motorcycle. I hope I have shared with you everything that you need to know on how to train as a rider and join our amazing family. Once you get your license and your motorcycle, you're welcome to join us. Make sure you join a community group, a Nyumba Kumi, in your neighborhood. These are the people who are going to walk with you in your baby steps. They are going to make sure they ride with you as you get comfortable on the highways, on the main roads, and they are also your support system should anything happen. They also become your family and the fun family that you need in the biking world. If you like this video and if you're happy with the content, please give it a thumbs up, like it, share it with friends, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now and click the bell next to it so that you're notified every time I put a video up there. Until the next episode, it is bye for now.